Hi, it's Gary Stocker with College Viability again. I'm doing something a little different today. I'm going to do a brief video tutorial on a data visualization tool. It was developed by Jon Boeckenstedt, who is a senior executive at a major West Coast public college. I have mentioned before that higher education is in its Moneyball era. I chat with many who are seizing on the moment to compare and analyze higher education data and trends. These folks are using visualization tools, AI tools, predictive analytics, and much more that are allowing for both comparisons and predictions of where colleges have been and, more importantly, where colleges are headed. And just like the original Moneyball Oakland Athletics in Major League Baseball, just like they use data to excel, the data in higher education will provide new market information to every stakeholder involved, from students and their families, faculty, staff, college leaders, and community leaders throughout the country. This brief demo of Jon Boeckenstedt's tool is intended to provide a resource for many to be able to use and analyze Jon's data visualization. His tool covers average net freshman revenue, freshman discounts, and an array of both net revenue and freshman discount rates for the year 2021. And I will put a link to Jon's tool in the YouTube comments. Let's take a look at the main visualization screen. And again, this was a discount study done on 2021 data by Jon Boeckenstedt. And we can see he's got 9 regions, and all the data is comes out of iPads. And so he's using the Carnegie classifications from 2021. And this first one looks at net revenue per first-year student. In a minute, we'll look at freshman discounts. And then the final one that we'll look at is arrays. So for the basic functionality, let's look at the average net revenue per freshman. And across all of visualizations, by dragging your pointer on top of any of the circles or dots, sometimes they get to be really small dots, you can see individual data on a college. For example, this is a college in the Southeast. It is Savannah College, and it shows the average net revenue of $27,000 and change. You can also see the range. So we can click on this gray range. We can see the upper level, the lower level, and the medians in the middle, of course. And then I believe the lower hinge and upper hinge, I'd have to check to see what standard deviation those are. But it gives you a feel for where the market is for that particular group. And the groupings, of course, are by Carnegie classification. We can look at an individual region. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Great Lakes. And there's just the Great Lakes regions. We can take a look at all again. And we can just highlight a region. So let's highlight the Southeast region. They're a purple color, the Great Lakes are orangish color, and on it goes. We can also look at an individual college. Let's look at Iowa Wesleyan. It closed a year or so ago. And there is the data for Iowa Wesleyan. It stands out with highlighted colors down here in the bottom right. And that's the consistent way that you can use this app to look at individual colleges or groups of colleges. Let's move on to comparing freshman discount rates. Again, the same basic layout. There are the 9 regions. You can look at an individual region, or you can actually select an individual college. Let's take a look at a college here. I'm going to type in Iowa Wesleyan. And we'll take a look at just Iowa Wesleyan. And it highlights it, and you can see kind of stands out a little bit. So Iowa Wesleyan is a discount rate of 63%. And they are in the baccalaureate college diverse fields. That's where the Carnegie classification comes in. Again, we can highlight regions. Let's take a look at the Southwest. Take a look at the South Central. And then again, when you bring up a region, you can indeed scroll through each of those regions and look at the data for each of those on there. The gray marks, when you click on that, shows the upper limit. So the upper range is 87% tuition discount. The lower range is 28%. And this is, I believe, the median is in the middle here. And finally, let's look at the array. That includes a comparison of both the discount, the college discount rate on the y-axis, and the average net revenue on the x-axis. I pre-selected just the baccalaureate colleges, arts and science focus. They're listed here. One of the other things that we can do on this particular visualization is look at the percent full pay of freshmen. And let's go ahead and just drag this. We're going to look at from 0 to 20%, something like that. So these are all the colleges. If I get on top of any one of them, their full pay is between 0 and 21%. You can look at that as I click on the individual ones. Let's look at it the other way. Let's look at the colleges that have very high percent full pay. And let's look at somewhere from 80% on. So we can see a handful. And of course, as we grow that number, we'll see more and more colleges show up with the percent full pay. And the more range we have, the more colleges that will show up. And again, put the pointer on top. Take a look at the college name, the region it's in, the percent full pay, the college discount, and net revenue all combined onto one screen. So how should you use this tool? If nothing else, play with it. Use the brief demo that I provided you to use the good work that Jon Boeckenstedt has done to learn how visualizations can help you look at both your college's data and to compare your college against others. Now we're looking at average net revenue and freshman discount. There's lots more data points that we can look at, but this is a resource that we can use, that you could use, that you should use in the Moneyball era of higher education. This can provide you with a resource and a perspective on how to make your organization stronger and even how to compete in a very difficult market. This is Gary Stalker for College Viability. We'll do it again sometime soon.